You were on a season that I would say had the most controversy that the queens have talked about because you had Miss Willem. Willem is not afraid to say whatever is on her mind about the season. I've had Willem come on, I've had Latrice come on, and they've all talked about
the rules that we all broke.
And the rules you all broke and go into...
And when I say all, we all broke rules.
Yes.
A lot of us broke rules. And I give Willem a lot of credit and I give her a lot of props because she didn't rat none of us out. She could have easily ratted us out, but she didn't. And I give her a lot of respect because, you know, like, bitch, if it was in the streets, we would have beat her ass. But she didn't. And I was like, even that, like, I feel like, and that possibly could have kept her on the show if she would have said, I'm not the only one breaking rules. But she didn't. Like, she knew I had a cell phone. She knew that I snuck out. Because Willem was literally my next door roommate.
Uh-huh.
And I knew when the guy or the girl that was staying in the hotel with us would come around and check. Mm-hmm. It was around 3:30 in the morning, they would come and check. So there was one night I decided to go out because I knew Sahara was going to be at Mickey's. Went over and said hi, came back. And at the time, there was no Uber, so I had to wait for a taxi right outside of Mickey's because it was almost 2:30. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm going to be so screwed. Like, if I'm not in my room when he checks, I'm fucked. So I was like, shit. I made it, though. But Willem knew because Willem was coming up, I think, the elevator at the same time I was. Everyone goes, where were you? I go, none of your business, bitch. Get out of my way. I just ran to my room. So yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, that's how I love Willem so much because I give her so much respect because she didn't rat us out. Mainly me. She could have easily ratted me out because she knew I had a phone. She was like, I know you're talking to somebody, Jiggly. I was like, I'm talking to myself. And I was like, why are you listening through the fucking wall, you weirdo? And she was just like, no, I know you were talking to somebody named Manila. And I go, ooh. And I said, oh, bitch. And this was at breakfast. And I was like, shut your ass up, bitch. And she would always try to ask for my phone. And I go, I don't have a phone. I was like, damn it. I'm glad she never ratted me out.
That's so iconic because when I had Dita on, Dita felt like she was like breaking the biggest tea, but she was like so like quiet and like mousy about it. She's like, I went once to the drugstore with Willem, and I was like,
yeah, that was what your CVS was around the corner, and there was the one that Sharon would go to is across the street, the gas station. So if you know if it's the 4 Points in Culver City. Mm-hmm. So there's I don't know if it's still there, but like there was a gas station right in front of our hotel, and Sharon would go over there, buy herself a PB&R or whatever the fuck that beer was, and her cigarettes. Yeah. And then she would bring cigarettes back to like whoever the girls that were smoking. She would sell them back to the girls. She would sell them like Lucy's.
So this was like bottom of the barrel Drag Race. Now I feel like it's like buttoned up to where none of this could ever happen.
Oh no, not now. Hell no. When I went back to All Stars, I remember somebody said, "Oh, we got to check you." To me, they were like, "We heard about you," and I was like, "Fuck." They wanded everything, made sure there was nothing. I was like, "Damn it." They're like, "Jiggly, where's your phone?" I go, "Here." They're like, "This is the real phone?" I go, "Yes." They're like, "For real, open it." I was like, "Shit."
Damn.
Yeah, they made sure of me. I was like, "Fuck."
What was the craziest thing or something that happened behind the scenes during season 4 that was like not shown? That was insanity.
Oh, I don't want Chad to kill me. So there was there was one of the PAs who didn't know our names, and they were just that girl. I remember it was like they called one of us that girl. I think it was Latrice. Was it Latrice or Dita? Chad was so over it because she felt it was so disrespectful. She was like, "You should know our names. This is episode whatever," and Chad went off. She was like, "We're not fucking animals. We're human. Know our names." She was like, it was, yeah. Chad went off. And I mean, in a way, it was like, good because they needed to know who we are. It wasn't like, I get if it was episode 1, maybe episode 2, you don't know our names, but come on.
Because I also heard that you guys had pictures on things. Like they had pictures of you guys, so they knew.
Well,
was it?
now that I'm on Drag Race Philippines, there's when we're at the judges table, we have our paper that has the girls' pictures and the note, like when we could write notes and stuff like that. So when we can have to judge them, that's what it is. It's not necessarily like, oh, because we're changing our looks, our outfits, or whatever. So you can't exactly be like, well, which one is this one again?
Yeah.
So at least they know that, oh, the one coming to the next one
yes.
coming is this one. So that was what it was. It's not, now that I'm on the panel, like it helps, but it also helps to know who is like who the girls are. Like mainly like if you're like the PA and stuff, like you should know the girls. Like it's already stressful as is. Like it's okay if the judges or the special judge doesn't know who the girl is, but like, come on, you work with us. We've been here like a couple weeks now. You should know our name, or a couple days at least. Yeah. Because it's not that many girls. I mean, we were like 13 at the time. No. By that episode, I think there was like 9 or 10 of us. 9, I think. So yeah.
So they had a reason. They
You had
to.
a couple. Like you at least had 2 weeks with us already. That you should know our names. Yeah, it was bad. But Chad went off, baby.
Ooh. I want to know from you. You had, after you get off of Drag Race, what was the experience like for you? Did you see like an uptick in your career? Like what was it like? Because season 4 was around the time that Drag Race started becoming more popular.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily like the hidden gem that you would find on TV. What was your experience like afterwards?
So it was also the age of Instagram was just starting. Twitter became a big deal, and Facebook was still, a thing. And we were like getting all this massive amount of attention. And the attention I was getting wasn't exactly all great because there was a lot of like picking at things about me. Oh, I'm so big, this and a third. Why do I suck when the Filipino girl before me was so amazing? And then my teeth were so horrible, blah, 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 blah. It was so many negative things coming at me all at once. And I was just like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. That I wasn't ready for. Even Manila kind of jokingly says that she misses the Jiggly before Drag Race, because the Jiggly before Drag Race, nobody could say anything to. Like my confidence, I was like super confident before Drag Race. And after Drag Race, it just kind of like magnified all my insecurities. And because other people are seeing my insecurities, they're able to pick at it before I can defend myself or protect myself. So that's one thing I like, even when Manila says it, I miss that old Jiggly. And I was like, yes and no, it's good that I've evolved and changed because I kind of needed, knock down a peg. Ego was a little too crazy. But yeah, that's one part of it that I was like, ugh, that I wasn't ready for it. But it doesn't outweigh the good that has come from it, because the amounts of love that I do get from the fans are great too. But it's just that it takes that 1 or 2 or whatever, however many comments that come at you. And it's like, well, there you go. Sucks to be you.
Comments are the worst.
It does. And you take the good, you take the bad of everything that comes. Like everything comes with a price in life. That's how I've always taught. So this is the price of what I chose to be part of.
Are you okay with this price?
Now, yes. Back then, I wasn't too sure of it. I was like, why did I do this? There were nights where I would cry and be like, why did I sign up just so people can like ridicule me? I'm like, it was one thing to be bullied when you were like a kid, but like, I can't stab these people with a pencil. Fuck. Like, I can't protect myself.
I mean, you could, but you have to find their address.
I
That would
know.
take
I mean,
time.
I would, bitch. I'm not the one. That's why I always tell the fans, I'm like, y'all are real brave on the internet, but if you say that to my face, bitch, it's a whole other, like, I'm getting arrested. I'm just letting you know now.